You guys are not gonna believe this. Andrew Tate is giving away a free Donald Trump Lamborghini.
On October 15th, I'm giving away this brand new Lamborghini. And what better symbol of resisting enslavement to the Matrix than Donald Trump himself? I've adorned it with tribute to his heroism as he took a bullet, like the bulletproof outlaw he is, and stood up and said, fight, fight, fight. That is the spirit of resistance that I like to see. That's the spirit of resistance for the real world students, which is exactly why this car will be given away to a real world student on October 15th. Imagine driving up and down the roads in a brand new Lamborghini STO, tearing up and down the street on election night as the votes come in. Imagine everybody bidding at the car. Imagine all the support you'll get. You might even get a girlfriend for the first time in your life. It's gonna make you fucking cool. And all you have to do is be a member of the real world. You join the real world and we teach you how to make money online. It gives you geographical freedom. In 2 weeks, if you're a student, you stand a chance of collecting a brand new Trump-adorned Lamborghini STO. You know, I might just start giving away cars all the time. I may give away a car a week to my students because I'm just such a nice guy. The top G stands for generous. It doesn't get nicer than me. And if you want a chance of winning this brand new Trump-adorned Lamborghini STO, I will see you inside of the real world.
Andrew says if you give him money by signing up to his university and buy his shitcoin, you could win this Lamborghini. He says he's going to give it away on the 15th of October, the same day that he has a very important court hearing. It's very clear that Andrew wants everyone talking about this car and no one talking about the upcoming court hearing. So this video is going to be about the latter.
Psych! Pussyclad!
I can see why Tate doesn't want us talking about or thinking about the court hearing coming up on the 15th of October, which is just days away as of the recording of this video. This could be a big one. This week's court hearing for Andrew and Tristan Tate relates to a decision that a judge made back in April to send the criminal cases of Andrew and Tristan Tate and their female accomplices to trial.
A court in Romania ruled today a trial can start against influencer Andrew Tate. He's charged with human trafficking, rape, and forming a criminal gang to sexually exploit women. He and his brother, Tristan, and 2 Romanian women were arrested back in 2022 near Bucharest. Tate has over...
This week's hearing is an appeal of the judge's decision to go to trial. This could be very significant because from this hearing, we could finally have a trial date. It's important to note that this court hearing does not relate to the new charges that we saw come from the most recent raid back in August, which involved a potential 35 more victims, including the trafficking of a 17-year-old girl and the rape of a 15-year-old girl. In this hearing, the judge will decide whether to send the initial charges we saw indicted in June 2023 to trial. To remind everyone exactly which charges we're dealing with this week that come from that first case, Andrew's charges from the first case are human trafficking in continued form meaning that it involves multiple victims and over a period of time, rape in continued form, and forming an organised criminal group. Tristan's charges in the first case are human trafficking in continued form, forming an organised criminal group, and inciting violence. That last charge comes because Tristan was caught red-handed in a WhatsApp group, instructing Georgiana and Luana to hit one of the victims, which we see Georgiana later confirm that she did. Georgiana Nagel in the first case actually has the most charges for human trafficking in continued form, forming an organised criminal group, unauthorised access to computer systems, a charge which comes because the WhatsApp messages in evidence show that she broke into one of the victim's social media accounts and distributed pornographic content that the victim had made to all her friends and family. She's charged with alteration of computer data integrity, which also comes from that escapade, and assault or other violence for assaulting that woman at the command of Tristan. Luana Radu has the least amount of charges in the first case out of the group, having been charged with human trafficking in continued form and forming an organised criminal group. Since these charges came in June 2023, the boys have been adamant that it is all oh so unfair.
Tate has repeatedly claimed that prosecutors have no evidence against him, and there is a political conspiracy to silence him.
I have not seen a single person stand up and say that I have hurt them, not one. It's very exhausting to continue to perpetuate lies. It's very hard to keep lies afloat when you have no actual evidence.
He's trying to frame me, but God knows the truth. There's no evidence in my file because I've done nothing wrong.
While the Bucharest...
For any followers of Andrew Tate that have lasted this long in the video, you would have heard that last line from Andrew and his people many times, that there is no evidence. Well, the reason that we're here is because that is very untrue. The decision that Tate is appealing this week is that of the judge to conclude what they call in Romania the preliminary chamber. This is the period prior to the trial where it is determined if the case file and the evidence collected has been done so legally. For all the no evidence Tate fanboys, here is a picture of the evidence in the first case. There's around 70,000 pages of evidence. It includes wiretapped conversations, text messages, WhatsApp messages and group chats pulled directly from their own devices, audio messages, victim and witness testimonies, CCTV footage, financial records including payments from OnlyFans and MyFreeCams, and of course, Tate's own moronic confessions when he admitted to his crimes on video on various podcasts and his own stupid courses when he was teaching other men how to be sex traffickers. All of this and more had been assessed by the courts for months, with numerous judges looking over it. Tate's lawyers fought like hell to get as much of this evidence thrown out as possible. But in a devastating blow, at the conclusion of the preliminary chamber back in April, the judge approved 100% of the evidence to go forward to trial and rejected every single one of Tate's lawyers' requests to have evidence removed as unfounded. For any of you Tate supporters still listening, who are finding the information you're hearing different to what you've been told, there's a good reason. Literally everything Andrew, Tristan, and any of their people say about this case is a lie.
Just to clarify, I am accused of helping my friends get big on TikTok. That is what I'm accused of. I told some girls I know how to post on TikTok to become viral when I was at the time the most viral person on the planet. And they are saying I'm a human trafficker for that reason. It is insane.
Well, we'll come to what you've been accused of. It's more serious than the way you've categorized it, but we'll come to that.
And if you don't mind me asking, what did they try to pin you for?
They accused me of human trafficking. They accused me of using the lover boy method, which is convincing girls by being nice to do a job to take the money from the girls. Because I told two of my friends who are girls how to get big on TikTok.
That's why all of this happened to you?
They accuse me of exploiting women who did TikTok. The same women who say we were not exploited. He just told us how to do TikTok.
So the suggestion is that you and your brother and others, let's talk about you, that you deploy the lover boy method where you would make women fall in love with you. You would then persuade them to do webcam stuff, right?
TikTok.
Okay, but wait, let's call it webcam stuff, right?
No, let's not call it that. The indictment is about TikTok.
Okay, what would you make?
Yes.
Remember, the appeal coming up on the 15th is about the judge's decision to approve 100% of the evidence and send the Tate brothers, Georgiana and Luana to trial. In this case, there's been a lot of court hearings that may have felt like absolute nothing burgers, but this one could be significant. There's a few possible outcomes that we can get from this. The judge could completely reject Tate's appeal, in which case we could finally have a trial date, which I'm told could come shortly after, although we can expect a lengthy trial. As for the Tate's lawyers, they are arguing to get evidence removed, some charges dropped, or even the whole case dropped. For the whole case to be dropped at this hearing, it would take a monumental fuck-up from DCOT, some kind of massive procedural error that we aren't yet aware of. If there is a problem found in the appeal with some of the evidence or charges, The judge could send the case file back to the preliminary chamber to be amended, which would just delay things further. This may be the best case scenario for the Tates. So it is very possible we will have some major news this week. I'll be sure to keep everyone updated on what the result is, and if we are finally heading towards a trial, I will be sure to cover it on my channel. So make sure you're subscribed and hit that bell. Oh yeah, and the Lamborghini. I don't know what he's up to. It could be another scam, or he could have got his hands on a car to give some tater tots to distract us all from the trial. Well, sorry Andrew, this case could be getting towards the finish line, and we're watching.